Hey guys, it's me from In-House Effects. It's 2014. I've been doing a lot of stuff, been traveling, doing some things with my friends. I just wanted to post this video to show you some of the things I've been making to make things a little easier. You don't see them really available online or anything like that unless it's a big vacuum form plastic piece. And they tend to charge quite a bit for them. What I decided to do is I decided to make these little resin mini discs molds. They're not plaster, they're resin. They're really durable, not going to break, they should last you forever pretty much. And what I did is I made 6 different types of molds. They're actually pretty small, they're about the diameter of a little bigger than a soda can. But I did it that way so you could put it in your makeup kit and stuff like that. Now what's great about these is you have plaster molds, and the plaster molds with the latex is going to cure a lot quicker. This might actually cure, might take a little longer. Not that much longer, but a little longer. But the good thing about this is you can use different things with this. You could use latex, you could use silicone, and you could use gelatin, which is what I've been using a lot because I like that. It's relatively inexpensive. Silicone is much more costly and it's not as easily available. Now what I did is I made 6 different types of molds. I made a big exit wound right here. You can see it, kind of see it. It's kind of hard to see it because it's a light plastic. I call this like a chemical burn. You got a little chemical burn down here. You got 2 gouges. You got a pretty good sized gouge and then a smaller gouge. We got the good old zombie bite. Everybody seems to be hot on zombies now, so I figured I'd make a zombie bite. Blisters. That always adds a little bit to your makeup if you put a bunch of blisters and some ooze and stuff. That always grosses out people. And then of course the little bullet wounds themselves. I do it in varying sizes depending on the caliber and how big the bullet is. How messy. Anyway, these are some of the latex pieces that I cast in there. They're great. They're inexpensive. They tack down well. They hold up well. I'm kind of going towards gelatin because it's just a different material. So you can do latex. And you can do silicone. These are silicone. Get this piece up here. There you go. Little silicone one. Now these are great only because you can keep reusing them and reusing them and reusing them. And they'll longevity is a lot better. Now what you can do to color these is you can use alcohol activated makeup or cream colors, however you want to do it. I use the alcohol activated makeup. It seems to stick to it pretty good. And it pulls it off. Now what I have here is you got some latex, slush latex. I use that all the time. You got some pro adhesive, which is basically medical adhesive. This stuff is great for tacking stuff down and holding it in place, and you get a really good remover and there's no problem. Here's some of my blood. You've probably seen it in a couple of other of my videos. This one I've been using quite a bit. This is not glycerin blood, although it's in a glycerin bottle. I do like glycerin blood, but this is, I think, just corn syrup and a little bit of ivory detergent, and then thinned down quite a bit and add some color and some blood color. But that one seems to flow really well, and it doesn't beat up. Looks natural. Here's some of the gelatin fingers that I've been making. You just make a little silicone putty mold of your own hand. Pour the gelatin in there and you get these little cool little silicone fingers that you can paint up, and they look pretty good. Then what you do at that point, you have a really clean cast right here. It's very smooth on the end. What you can do at that point is you can heat up a metal tool, metal pick or something like that. Even a spoon, a knife, anything like that would work. And heat it up and add all your details. You add all these details, pull it away a little bit, let it dry, dig in it, pull pieces out. You can pull chunks out or cut chunks out, however you want to do it. You could even put a little chicken bone in there or something like that to make it look really good. for most of the cases you don't really need that unless it's going to be a really close pick. But here are some with just some alcohol activated makeup in them, just to make them look a little natural. Then of course once you throw on the blood, that seems to pull it off. You can even get the little fingernail on there and everything. Now what's neat about the gelatin with the fingernails is you can just take a little bit of liquid latex, put it on there, let it dry, and it gives it that little shininess of the nail. It looks a little more believable. Here of course is the alcohol activated makeup kits. You can get these actually really small now for about $40, about half that size. This is usually runs about $69.70. I just wanted to make this video to tell you about that. I'm pretty excited about these. I think these will come in pretty handy, especially on haunts, home haunts, anything like that where you want to whip up some really quick appliances. Now if you're going to do a gelatin appliance, you just take a old gift card that you find that's already used. And this works great for once you put the gelatin in here. It's going to be pretty hot. You got to be careful with it. Once it's liquefied, you put it in there, put your little card across here, scrape across the top. You're usually only able to do it once, but if it's hot enough, you can do it twice, just to make sure you get a nice clean edge on it. Set it aside, let it dry. Also what I've been using that works really well too is I've taken some talcum powder and I've added some 70% alcohol to the talcum powder. Now what that does is it lets you, with a brush, a very inexpensive brush, it lets you apply the talc to the back of the appliance of whatever you're doing without the powder getting all over the place. Because usually you use a blush brush or something like that, or a big facial brush, and the powder goes everywhere. By putting the alcohol in it, you'll be able to just brush it on, almost like paint. Let it dry. Once it dries, all the alcohol burns off, and it leaves a nice powdery, thin powdery residue on the back of the appliance. Then you're just able to just pull it right off the mold, and you're able to slide it around on your hand and position it where you want it until you're ready to tack it. Anyway, like I said, there's 6 different molds here. I'll probably be working on some more of them, depending on, if people like them, they request them, stuff like that. As you can see, there's a few different colors. I was just playing around with the different coloring pigments. I'll probably just stick with one color and that will be it. Now I have them available on eBay. I think I have them posted on eBay now. Of course, if you go into the Halloween type stuff, I think I have it under Halloween props or Halloween makeups or whatever it is. You should be able to find it in there. And it will be, I think it's called Halloween Mini Effects Disc Molds or something like that. Something very similar to that. Anyway, these I think are going to be really handy. You can go out and buy prosthetics and stuff like that at Party City, anything like that. But I think it's a little more fun to make your own. Plus you can use any materials you want. And once you're done, if you use gelatin or whatever it is, you just rinse it out in the sink, or I would use the garage, I wouldn't use the kitchen sink. That might make them flip out a little bit. A little bit of soapy water, rinse them right out, and you're ready to roll. And you're all set, and you can just keep casting away, casting away. Now if you are going to use latex in these a lot, you got to make sure you really clean them well with some detergent, something like that, because the latex will interact with the silicone once you put the silicone in here, and it might not cure. So if you do get these and you want to use them strictly for silicone and maybe gelatin, you could get away with that. But don't be mixing silicone, gelatin, and latex together, because you might be at some point where you're not going to be able to pull your appliance out because it's not going to cure. It's just going to stay gooey in here. You're not going to be able to get it out, and it'll be a pain cleaning it, and there goes your mold. So anyway, these are, like I said, 6 little mini disc molds. I think they're going to work really well. Another little thing I'm playing with, these are of course all old silicone appliances I made a long time ago. And that's pretty much it. I just wanted to touch bases on that and make sure that you guys knew about that. And it's something that it's really nice and it's practical, and you'll see in a couple of the bigger companies they're putting out resin molds, but they tend to charge quite a bit, especially for what you get. And I think these are relatively inexpensive, and they're going to last you forever, hopefully. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and go, and these are some of the blisters that I cast out of gelatin. This is gelatin. They're soft and kind of spongy. And as far as a gelatin recipe, they're all over YouTube. I don't think I really need to go into detail on that. You can find a really good recipe on YouTube and go with that. And I usually always use a inexpensive little glass bowl to heat it up in. You do it in about 8-second intervals. You don't want it to boil over or anything like that, because it does affect the gelatin and it might not cure well. Once this stuff is run through the microwave a couple times, it's going to become just like skin. I mean, it's great. It's really fun to work with. More so maybe than latex. But it all depends what you want, and like I said, I'm just here basically to help you guys out that aren't aware of certain things like this, and maybe it's something that interests you and you're going to do as almost like a hobby like what I do. I just find it really interesting, you know, with the face-off shows and all that other stuff on. You get inspired sometimes and you want to go in your room and try to come up with something different, and I just figured these molds would look pretty good. Anyway, I hope that I showed enough of these molds, and like I said, I did post them on eBay. There are some really good pictures of them, so you'll be able to see the detail, and I think they came out really good. I think they're very believable for what they are, you know, for a simple little plastic mold. Anyway, well, I'm going to say bye to you guys, and I'll try to come up with some other things here and post some more videos, because I know it's been a long time. Well, you guys take care, and I hope to see you guys on YouTube showing your stuff, making some blood, making some appliances, putting on some makeup, stuff like that. Because it's always fun for me to go around YouTube and see all that stuff, and I love hearing the feedback. If you want to leave any, negative, good, doesn't matter to me. I mean, I know there's other techniques and other things that you can use, and there's a lot of talented people out there, and I'm just a in-house kind of guy, and this is what I do, and just trying to share a little bit with you guys. Well, anyway, take care, and I'll see you guys around. Later, guys.